That bait is strong, isn't it? I didn't really smell it over there until I come over here and sat and I smell it. Alright, guys. Well, I figured I'd get on here and try it again. Said I haven't done any YouTube lives in a long time. I tried to do a live on here earlier and mostly spam that got on here, I think. Bunch of, I don't know. But figured I'd get on here and go live and just see how everybody's doing. I'm going to try to get back into doing the lives again here, Facebook, and TikTok. Used to do them all the time and haven't really done any in quite a while now, so I'll be trying to figure out all the changes that they've made to the platforms and how the lives go. But yeah, I want to try to at least get on here and do a couple of them every week. Just kind of be more interactive with people and give them more opportunities to ask questions or just talk and anything like that. I do miss doing the lives and just getting to chat with everybody. It was always pretty fun, and I just, when I got sick and stuff, I quit doing it, and I just haven't ever got back into it. So I'm gonna be trying to get into it again. Hey Lance, how you doing? Appreciate you coming on. Like I said, I haven't done this in a while, so I've done a couple on Facebook recently, but it's a little different. I haven't done a YouTube live in long time. That's good. I caught a raccoon today. I just posted the video. I'm sure nobody's really had a chance to watch it yet, but it was a big old fat one. I got all these burrs right here just off his tail. Well, that was pretty crazy. I'm going to be trying to do my own fur this year. I haven't really started yet. I got so much going on. I've just been tossing everything in the freezer, skinning it, putting it in the freezer, and then when season ends, I'll have more time to work on fur, so I plan on doing it at that time. Yeah, it is. I thought that was crazy. I kind of combed his belly and his back and stuff. Didn't really get a whole lot, but I mean, I think probably that much came off his belly. That much of it was on his tail. Just crazy. But he was, I caught him kind of in the thick part of the field, so it was pretty cool. He was a fat one for sure. Hey Parker, how you doing?
Logan said he'll join here in a second.
Like I said, I didn't know how many people would get on here. I tried doing a live on YouTube a couple hours ago, but it just a bunch of scam people that got on there, I guess. I was bottling up some baits and lures for this weekend. I'm doing good, Parker. Doing pretty good. Just been busy getting a lot of stuff going. I'm doing an outdoorsman bash this weekend to raise money for 4 state chaplains, and I got a lot of stuff to get done for that. And that's what I was working on. So it's gonna be a fun time. I know most people on here don't live anywhere around here, but if you do, I mean, come see us. It's in Neosho, Missouri, at the fairgrounds. So
Gary had two knives made with Blakeley's trapping engraved in it for door prizes.
But yeah, so I bottled up baits and lures a couple hours ago in here, so it still smells pretty strong.
I can't smell it.
Anyway, like I said, I figured I'd just get on here and see if anybody able to get on. I don't know if YouTube will really, let people know I'm live, since I haven't really done it much lately. But I do know I used to get on here and just being able to opened it up for people to ask questions or anything like that. It's just pretty cool. So that's kind of what I want to do. I just want to get back in the rhythm of doing lives again. I want to get my podcast started back up. Just been super, 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 super busy. It notified you. That's good. Kind of. I mean, honestly, it's surprising because I mean,
Didn't notify me.
I've been slacking on YouTube a lot the last really 2 years. I mean, I haven't been able to trap a whole lot or anything like that, so I've not had a lot of videos. But that's kind of why I like Facebook. I mean, I can post pictures on there, and I can post, short videos, and just kind of keep in contact with people there pretty easy. YouTube is just seems to me to be a lot harder to use, I guess. Harder to get a reach with, if that makes sense. But I do like YouTube. I mean, it's crazy because like Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, all those, it's like a complete different family because when I get on TikTok, there's a complete different group of people that I interact with, I talk to, and then interact with me, and then I get on YouTube and it's another different group. Then I get on Facebook and it's a whole nother different group. So I try my best to post on all of them frequently just so people can kind of, keep up to date with what I'm doing. Instagram is really the hardest one for me to remember to post on. Yeah, like I said, the spam is. I do remember doing lives here on YouTube. The spam was ridiculous. Uh, just the random stuff that gets put on here. So, but anyways, like I said, I always enjoy doing the lives. I remember 2 or 3 years ago, I used to do. I mean, it was almost every night. I was doing a live on TikTok or YouTube one. Just getting to talk with people, interact. I do like the way TikTok lives are set up because other people can join you, and that's pretty cool. You can get 2 or 3 people on there that are, talking, and it's just kind of cool.
Give me
Hey, Ottercat, how you doing? Sorry, I've not done this in a while. I'm trying to figure out how to block somebody.
I don't think you can online.
Well, you're an admin. You should be able to.
I don't think I'm an admin.
I thought you were.
I don't think I am.
Oh, Ottercat did it.
Mm.
I appreciate that. Like I said, I was looking on my watch phone trying to figure out how to do it. I could time them out or whatever, but I could figure out how to do it. I appreciate that. Hey Logan, how you doing? Appreciate you guys coming on. Like I said, I haven't done lives in a while, so I need to get back into it. A lot of times I feel bad, especially like here on YouTube, because I used to post on here all the time and talk on here all the time, and I kind of feel like I let people down by not posting on here. I appreciate that. Yeah, I understand the tired. Here lately, my body about 6 o'clock it just shuts down because I've definitely been, I guess, avoiding sleep. I'll try to go to bed around midnight, but I mean, I'll usually end up being 1, 2 o'clock on my phone, catching up on everything before I fall asleep, and then my body wakes up about 6, and just one of those things, you know. um, because by the time I get like by the time I go to bed and stuff, you know, that's when it's quiet, and that's when I have time to get on my phone and catch up with comments and all that stuff, and that's usually what I end up doing, and laying in bed for 2 or 3 hours catching up on comments and other people's videos and stuff like that. Because during the day I'm just so busy, it's hard for me to even look at my phone until 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon at least.
There's no
Yeah.
name.
Huh?
There's no name Trapper.
Logan?
No.
You didn't know that?
No.
No name trapper.
I probably did, but I forgot.
Yeah, that's for sure. I'll have plenty of time to sleep one day. You know, there's days that I try to sleep in, and like I said, my body just 6, 7 o'clock. I'm awake. I'm up. But like I said, I'm doing that outdoorsman bash this weekend. I'm kind of nervous about it in a good way, I guess. It's the first time I ever did anything like this, and I just hope it turns out good. There's Eagle Outdoors is a local place that, you know, it's a hunting shop, fishing shop, trapping supplies, all kinds of stuff, and they're going to be the trap dealer at the event, and he's going to sell my stuff for me there. I'm going to be busy and not have time to man a booth, so he's going to do that for me, which is awesome, and I really appreciate him helping me out like that. But that's kind of what I've been doing. Is earlier I was bottling up bait and lure and all that stuff, getting ready for that. And I mean, it's just anybody that's never put on or helped put on an event like that doesn't understand how much work it is. I knew it was a lot of work, but I mean, there's a lot of things that I didn't factor into it, like trying to find event insurance for the day. I mean, that was trying to find somewhere that just wasn't, you know, cost an arm and a leg. It's a lot. But it's fun. I know it's going to be a great event and a great day. Fun. Oh yeah, we're all learning every day. I learn something every day. Every day I'm learning something. I mean, usually about every 30 minutes I'm learning something. Whether it's the hard way or not. I mean, I'm going to be trying to do work my own fur this year, so I'll be learning that. By the time I'm done trapping, that's when I'm going to try to get started on that. So I'll have more time to focus on that.
Grab that hair. Thanks.
But we're hoping to go back to Iowa in March to go beaver trapping again. So hopefully that all works out and we're able to go do that. And then we were thinking about going to the New Mexico trapping convention in March as well. But I'm fairly certain that's not going to happen because it's in like 2 weeks. And with this event that I have going on, I've just been so busy focusing on that and making sure everything is ready and goes decent that I've kind of just not thought about that really until a couple of days ago. And it's like, oh, I don't really have anything ready for that. So I don't think we're going to make the New Mexico convention, but we do have 2 conventions in April. We have one in Iowa and one in Texas. Yeah, our rivers here are super low. I mean, where I trapped the 2 beavers that I caught, I mean, the water, the majority of it was 6 inches deep or less. Yeah, I'll be at the NTA in Indiana. We're going to go to it.
Get a room.
Yeah. Uh, I got a few. I mean, I haven't really wrote all of them down. I know we're going to go. We'll be in Iowa. Let's see, one, two, three. We'll be at 4 different conventions in Iowa. Uh, Beaverfest, Stinkorama,
State.
State, and then
Backwater.
Backwater. So we'll be at 4 different conventions in Iowa this year. We'll be at Texas, Oklahoma, Illinois, Missouri, Louisiana, the NTA, Michigan. We're going to go to Michigan. I just got those tables reserved. Thinking
Where's
about
out in Indiana?
Pennsylvania, huh?
Where's the NTA?
Indiana.
What town?
No, I didn't go to the one in Virginia last year. We had,
You had surgery.
yeah, we had gotten a wreck in February, and it totaled my truck. So we didn't get a vehicle until about a month later. We got a van, and then I had surgery, like May 30th or something. And there was no way. I mean, with everything that had happened and been going on and having surgery, and we just couldn't do it. We were supposed to be going to the Pennsylvania convention in June, and we had to cancel that. Had to cancel the NTA, Illinois, maybe Missouri. Yeah. Like I said, I love conventions, and I'm going to try to make as many as I can. Flimsy excuses, yeah. I've actually, I got sick, and I had a wound, and I had 2 years. I think I had 4 different surgeries on it, and I mean I had a wound pump for 8 months, and I mean that's why I was not able to trap very much the last 2 seasons at all. I didn't even get to trap that much this season. I didn't start until mid-January. I didn't have a truck to go trapping, which is a big reason why I didn't trap this year until mid-January. So, I mean, there's only so much you can do. I try to do as much as I can. It was an insane long trip, yeah. I understand that. That's that New Mexico trip we were thinking about going. It's 12 and a half hours. I'd been invited to the Idaho trapping convention, and we were seriously thinking about it, but it's 24 and a half hours one-way drive, and I don't know if I can fathom doing that. I mean, it's right on the Washington line. It'd be fantastic to go, but I don't know. It's so far. It's kind of like the Neil Olson convention they do in Maine. I would love to go, but it's so far. I mean, I think that one's 25 hours to Maine, one-way drive. I don't know if I can fathom doing that. You know what I mean? Because with the kids and stuff, I mean, it takes 4 days of driving just to get there and back. 2 days there, 2 days back.
Ethan going to NTA?
7 hours, yeah. We've driven more than 7 hours a few times for conventions. We went to South Dakota 2 years ago. That was 11 or 12 hours.
Something like that.
It's funny. It's weird. Most of the conventions that we go to are right at 6 to 7 hours. Even a lot of the conventions I have in Missouri usually end up being about 6 hours, 5.5, 6 hours. One of the closest ones we go to is usually Oklahoma. It's usually about 3 hours away, 3.5 hours. So, 18 hours straight, yeah. I don't know if I could do straight, especially not with the kids. I mean, in a day, about 8 to 10 hours with the kids is about all you can get. We have done 12 or 13 hours, but
It was.
you normally try to do about 3 or 4 hours, stop for 30 minutes or an hour, do 3 or 4 more hours, stop, and then do some more.
Is Logan going to India?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I can't even remember how far it was going to be for us to Virginia. I know it would. It was probably, I'm going to say probably close to 18, 19 hours for us.
That was a lot.
I know Michigan is 12 and a half hours is what it's going to be for us. But, Michigan, Pennsylvania, I've never been up there, traveling or a convention, either one. And I want to try to reach as many places as I can. And that's kind of one of the big reasons I've thought about going to like Idaho or Montana, because I've never went and set up there. And I know it's hard. It's definitely hard to try to make all the conventions. Luckily, trapping is my full-time job, so I don't have to worry about you know getting time off work to go do all these. Uh, Most of the time it probably would be easier if I had a different job, because there would actually be money made. But I love doing the trapping. It's what I love to do, and I don't mind struggling to get by with trapping just because I love doing it. Yeah, and that's I've been doing this for what, 6, 7, 8 years. I've been basically doing this. I worked nights at a donut shop for about a year, and then I worked at a cafe for what, 5 or 6 months, something like that. But other than that, I mean, I've done this full time. Gotta try one. Tennessee. We went to Tennessee. When was it?
Summer.
No,
Yeah, it's from Louisiana.
it wasn't in the summer. It was in November. It was in November.
I don't know.
And but we just went right on the edge of Tennessee. There, and was it Memphis we went to?
Mm-hmm.
We stopped at the Bass Pro and everything. When we travel for conventions, if we're going to be within like 2 hours of a state, we'll normally go to that state just to kind of say we've been there. That's what we did with Tennessee and Florida this, last year when we went to Louisiana. We spent a lot of time in Louisiana, Mississippi, and was it Alabama?
Mm-hmm.
Spent a lot of time in those 3 states, but then we swung around into Florida and Tennessee. We was going to go to Georgia, but we kind of ran out of time before we was able to do that.
I found a house in Richmond for 400 and something.
A night?
No, for the 4 nights.
Yeah. It'd be more than 4 nights. Because the NTA will be Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Yeah, I heard.
So
And the 22nd
we'll be
through
checking in Tuesday.
Oh, Tuesday.
Because we'll have to set up Wednesday because the convention is Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Okay, we'll look at that house again.
But another thing I thought about doing is when we go to some of these conventions is getting with a couple other people I know that's going to be there and renting out an Airbnb, because if you can get a decent sized Airbnb house and split it with a few different people, it'll end up being cheaper than a cheap hotel. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about doing, and I'm thinking about doing that kind of with tables as well, because when you get to some of these bigger conventions, say, when I go to the NTA and I want 2 tables, more than likely I'm going to get thrown in the corner or in the outshed building somewhere that not many people go to.
$4.90.
But if,
And I got
5 or 6 of us can get together we can get a better spot that's more where people will be.
What dates did you say?
I have no idea. My phone's right
I
there.
know. It's the
I'll have
23rd through the 25th.
Okay, I'll worry about that later. So, I mean, because a lot of the bad stories I hear about people going to the NTA or setting up at the NTA is, the smaller guys that get one or two tables and they end up getting thrown way out in the back where just really nobody goes. I mean, they normally have the main building, or maybe there's even two main buildings over here, and that's where all the food vendors and the tailgaters and everything will be right there. And then they'll have a table or a building way out here, and they'll have 7 or 8 different vendors out there, and maybe 5% of the people there go to that building because they don't even really know it's there. Um, so I mean, I get it. When you get so many vendors, you kind of have to put the other ones somewhere, but it's just it's hard when a lot of people that don't go to the conventions a lot or don't understand how much money actually goes into it. Uh, you know, most of the conventions I go to, by the time you pay for the gas to go there and back, by the time you get a hotel and pay for your tables and just all this stuff, I mean, you're doing good to break even. Like, most of the guys like me, the smaller guys, they're not really making money when they go there. We're doing good if we break even. Yeah, I'd say a lot of the small guys, they kind of just toss them in back, and you're not really seen. And I mean, it sucks. Like, it's still fun to be a part of the event, but we got lucky enough that the only NT I've ever set up in was in South Dakota. We got lucky enough to be in the main building. But what was crazy was, so we were set up here. We had 2 tables, and there was one person beside us that had 1 table, and across from us there was somebody that had 2, and then the next person beside him had 1 table. Then there was like 6 empty tables on both sides of the aisle. So there wasn't hardly anything on the aisle that I was set up on. So most people didn't even worry about walking up the aisle because all the tables were empty.
Ethan was right there. Ethan was down from us, wasn't he?
No. So, huh?
That's South Dakota.
No, it was not. But, and then you had all the people that were set up in the building way out back. There was plenty of open spots here. It would have been cool for them to move people there, but I mean, it is what it is, I guess. But it's definitely hard when you travel so far to some of these conventions, and it's still great publicity to get your name out there and to meet people and stuff like that, but it can be hard sometimes. But yeah, we plan on going to quite a few. Like I said, I don't know, probably at least 10 or 12 of them this year. Maybe more, I don't know.
Well, it depends on school.
But anyway, like I said, I figured I was just going to hop on here for a little bit, see how everybody's doing. Yeah, that's for sure. And that's when I got started, there was a lot of people that helped me out that didn't necessarily have to. And they helped me out a lot. And, they had a small part in who I am today and helping me get there. And I just want to do that for others that are getting into the business or helping them out. Whether it's, just giving them tips or showing them how to do things. It's not saying that I know how to do all this stuff, but I want to help where I can. And since there were so many people that helped me when I was getting started, I want to share that with others. I want to be that for others. I want to be the reason why somebody. No, I don't. I don't want to be the reason why someone was successful. I want to be part of the reason. If someone's successful, I want to know that, you know, I helped them out with something. I don't want to be the guy that's just out here for me, that all I care about is me and getting my name built up, my name out there. That's not who I want to be, and that's not what I want to do. I want to just do the best I can. But, you know, it is what it is, I guess. It is stupid windy out here. All I can hear is the tin creaking on the shop and trees bouncing off of it. Uh, it's been windy here the last 2 days. I'm surprised there hasn't been any large fires yet.
There is one in Oklahoma.
Yeah. But anyway, I don't know.
Shut down.
Like I said, I just figured I'd get on here and go live, see how everybody's doing. I want to get on here and do more. I really wish YouTube was kind of like TikTok, where people could get on here and go live with you. I know there's some different platforms you can use and stream it through YouTube Live, but I don't want to have to deal with all that stuff. Um, so, anyways, I appreciate you guys. I'm going to go ahead and head off here. Yeah, I will, and I appreciate that. Like I said, you guys can always reach out to me if you need anything, you just have questions or anything like that. I try to be as helpful as I can be. So, I appreciate it, guys, and I hope you all have a good night. Thank you.